Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Custodes Orion Assault Dropship. I picked it up today. I've literally just come back. It's 6:30 in the evening. Just come back from the Forge World Open Day. It's the 13th of August today at Games Workshop HQ in Nottingham. This is what they had on offer. It's this one here. I also picked up a Legion Sicaran Omega tank. The plasma cannons look a lot better than they do there. I also picked up the Aquilon Terminators and the Aquilon Terminators with Infernus Fire Pikes. So stay tuned very soon for unboxings and initial impressions of those. But this video will be of the Orion gunship. You can see a few other models and things in the background. A few of these are for other people. A few months back I offered that the next time I went to Warhammer World I'd pick up exclusive models like Ixion Hales that you can only get there at events. And the Space Marine HQ command tanks. I put that out there. Only a couple of people got back to me. They paid, the money cleared, and I purchased the models with their money. And I will be shipping them out to them very soon. Express track delivery. They will be with you in your hands very shortly across the world. Let's get on with the unboxing. So the first thing that I have to say is, like always, I'm not giving any of these models for free to review by Games Workshop or Forge World. I purchased them with my own money, and one of my main goals is to equip you guys with the knowledge to make your own informed decisions on whether you think the model is worth the price. That's everything from what it's equipped with, the quality of the resin or the quality of the model, the rules, loads of different factors that I incorporate. So one of these will cost you, unfortunately, £275. A lot of money. And I met Leaky Cheese today, and I'm sure Leaky Cheese won't mind if I mention him, that I met him today. He's a really top bloke. Go check out his channel. It's my only recommended channel on my own homepage, but I'll put his channel in my description for this video. He won't mind me sharing with you that we both thought that none of these pictures really do the models any favours. We saw all these models in the flesh today, and I'll be uploading a video with some pictures and things. If not, if you can't wait, there's a fair few pictures on my Instagram. It's just super_Saiyan. So if you follow me, you'll see some pictures from the event today. Yeah, moving back to this, they don't do them any justice. The Omega tank looks better more sort of face on, like in that pose, and the Arcus looks better sort of side on, because that looks quite small when actually those rocket canisters, or whatever they're called, longer than you'd think there. And likewise the Orion Assault Dropship looks bigger in real life. Now, £275, we talked about this, how that's almost a mastodon, and I like to look at things in Thunderhawks too. And yeah, that's only £175 off a Thunderhawk, and a Thunderhawk is a bloody good model. One of my favourites of recent. Unfortunately, they only had like that picture of it in front of all these boxes. I don't know whether they sold out, but they sold pretty well. The Omega tank sold out, and I don't know about the other things, but in future, I would have preferred for brand new models like this to have them in the flesh before the stand even, so you get an idea. Because if I'd have seen that in the flesh rather than just a picture of it, that would have cemented my decision more. Likewise the rules, I think they play an important part. Even though I don't game that much, I think the rules play an important part, and that would have been nice to have seen them, and again that would have influenced my decision. I couldn't get the rules out of any of them today, not even for the Mega Tank or anything like that. Obviously the Aquilon Terminators have the rules in the book Inferno, but I couldn't get the rules. I don't know how many Custodes this transports. Maybe it's 12, maybe it's 20, maybe it can carry Primaris, dare I say that word. Who knows? Likewise the weapons look bigger than the Arachnus sort of blaze cannon that's on the Telemon Dreadnought. It's got rocket pods, and it's also got the, I think, Iliastus bolt cannons. I think they are actually bolt cannons on the nose. So this is what you get. You get it for... Firstly, I've been talking about lots of other things, but firstly, you get it in this one of these sort of Titan boxes. I think actually it's the same size as the Mastodon box. It's not a full Titan box. It's sort of a half a one. They do them in different sort of sizes. There are ones that are taller than this. But anyway, so you get the lovely instruction booklet. This is what it looks at an angle and from above. As always, you've got an exploded view of all the pieces. Looks like there's, I say 50 pieces, there's a lot of sort of duplicate parts. So it's more likely to be 70, 80 pieces maybe. Again, preparing the model, I'm going to have to put all of these resin parts in warm soapy water. Not hot, not cold, but just right. And leave that overnight or a few hours, and then rinse it all and brush it with an old toothbrush, and then I'm ready to sort of cut off all of the gates and the blocks of resin that are attached to it. Snap off all the waste parts, use a scalpel to shave off any extras, and then file it. Use a mask, of course, and then I'd be ready to glue. And then obviously just a case of spraying it gold and painting it. So this is the instructions. Looks quite straightforward. I mean, I would have thought if you've already built a Coronis or something like that, you'll be quite adept at this. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like there's 6 seats, and then it looks like there's 2 more there. So that's 8. So am I now thinking it can carry 8? Would have been nice if it could carry 10 or 12, but we'll see. I mean, maybe it can carry a Dreadnought. Who knows? But yeah, if you want to carry your Custodes in style, rather than hitting a teleport button, this is the way to do it. Now, this is a heavy blaze cannon. And it says Arachnus heavy blaze cannon barrels. So it seems to me, from what this is displaying, that these are Arachnus heavy blaze cannons, which are the same as on the Telemon Dreadnought. But we'll see. They might change that. They might change the rules specifically for this model. But even if it's equipped with 2, that's still going to be very decent. I want to see the missile. It's got air brakes, I must say. The back and the rear ramp can open and close. And also, it says twin-linked heavy bolter rather than Iliastus bolt cannon. So that's interesting. Custodes don't normally have heavy bolters. That's very interesting. Okay. And just as I suspected, it says here, spiculous bolt launcher. That's just like on the Telemon Dreadnought on his carapace. So it looks like it's going to have 2 spiculous bolt launchers. So already 2 spiculous bolt launchers. It's saying heavy bolters, but I think they're going to be Iliastus bolt cannons, and it's saying heavy Arachnus blaze cannons. So we'll see. I mean, there weren't any rules there. The rules will be available, I would have thought, PDF from Forge World's website for free when this gets up and running for pre-order. My best guess is probably they're going to make the Aquilon Terminators up for pre-order, then maybe the Omega Tank, then maybe this. I don't think this will come first. I just don't. Right, so 13 minutes in, or 6 minutes in if you're watching the director's cut. We're looking at the parts. So it's quite a hefty chunk of parts, more parts than I sort of thought. And the one thing I did really like looking at the model, there's pictures on the Instagram, is the thrusters are very well detailed, and they have actually got a spiky needle point coming out of the exhaust, which is very reminiscent to sort of modern thrusters and engines. Yeah, so detailed interior. Let's have a look. So you've got these. I want to look at the instructions to find out what they're actually called, because I have no idea. Oh, so they're called vertical stabilizers, not canards. Okay, and yeah, the way they're sort of made means that you can have them. You don't have to have them that vertical. You could have them 90 degrees or whatever, flush to the nacelles. But I'll decide how I'll do them. Very nice bit of detailing on this. Love the eagle there with the skull in there. Yeah, no issues whatsoever on that. Nice bit of it detail in there. Very reminiscent of the Coronas. And then we have these, which are the wings, tiny little things. So there's a fair bit of slippage there, but luckily I think that will be fixable. It's not too heavy. Might be a bit of a problem there, but there we go. And we'll look at this wing. Likewise, not as bad, nowhere near as bad. Sort of starts there. Yeah, not as bad as the other wing. So that's those pieces. You do get a base and a stand with this, believe it or not. The base looked pretty decent, but it's just your standard plastic stand, along with a standard plastic base. A whopper of a base. Look at that. Never seen a base this big. I mean, that's huge. I don't think the repulsor tank's got one this big. I don't think the Telemon Dreadnought's got one this big, or the Redemptor. That is a huge whopping base. So yeah, and they use this base and the stand on the display, so it works and it does hold up this quite heavy, I suppose, Forge World resin model. Oh, okay, let's have a look at these. So on the front of the Gladius tank, I think it has these, and these are Eliastis bolt cannons on there, not heavy bolters. So I'm wondering if that's just a misprint. We'll find out when they make the rules available, and if they put heavy bolters in the rules, I'll certainly be the first to email them about that. What else do we have in here? We have the air brakes. I think these are the air brakes. Yeah, they look like the air brakes. Yeah, so you're just going to have to put your scalpel in there and make the holes. I like the fact that they're adding air brakes to their flying vehicles. The Stormbird doesn't have any, and the Thunderhawk has two, which are really well designed so that you can have them open or close freely. You don't have to glue them in place. Looks like you've got the front sort of targeting array for the nose, and then you've got this chubby little stand, so you can have it very, very low if you wanted to. So that's an option. And I've never seen that little stand part before. It looks like you've got these spiculous bolt launchers in here. And there you go. There's one under each wing. And I did wonder if it had any air missiles or anything. There's just a little bit of air bubble on one of them, or two of them. So a bit of with a round file, that should sort that out. Everything else is okay. Looks like you've got some ammunition feeds, is it? For the blaze cannon. And then this looks like part of the blaze cannon. They look beefier than the one on the Dreadnought. Also, in my video, they've equipped their Telemon Dreadnought with a new right-hand weapon. I say right-hand, you can put it in either hand. But it looks like the Eliastis accelerator cannon off the Gladius tank, which is awesome. Okay. And then we've got, there we go, here are the blaze cannons. Yeah, they just look bigger and beefier than the ones on the Telemon Dreadnought. Very beefy. Not double barreled like the Telemon. And then you've got the seats. So because the seats are so big, this vehicle will not be able to transport mini marines, because the Custodes will just collapse in fits of laughter. That's what I've been told anyway. Primaris are okay though. No, you can't transport Primaris before I continue. Before anyone takes my word for that. There's the nose sort of cockpit. Same as like on the Palace and the other tanks. Here's some sort of backrests. I hear they have 5 different massage settings. The Emperor wills it. Is there anything else of interest? Yeah, I'm missing something really apparent here, which is the nose. There we go. Here's the nose. Look at that. A lot going on there. If you didn't already know, Custodes, they like to, trawl through the internet and find anomalies and discover where the black ships are. They just like to surf the internet a lot of the time, I've heard. Right, so that's that. And then you get one full hull or body of the flyer. Now this looks pretty much perfect except for the front. So you've got quite a large sort of slippage part there and there, but I'm going to grin and bear it and see if I can fix that. That's not going to be too bad, but it's just that is going to be difficult to smooth out. And likewise on the other side, that's actually worse because it's running parallel with a vent almost. That's not too bad, but yeah, that particular piece. Inside looks fine though. You've got all the lights. And the top looks very nice, lots of detail, no air bubbles or slippage on the top. So yeah, that just gives you a size sort of perspective already. I haven't got a model on me, unfortunately, but fear not, I'll try and get it built as quickly and as safely as possible. But yeah, it's quite bigger than I thought it would be, just from the pictures. Not as big as a Mastodon, and I'll compare it with a Mastodon in the review, because most of us have got a finite amount of funds, and if you've only got £300 and you can only spend it on this or Mastodon or a Warhound Titan, it's going to be a tough choice, and I want to equip you with all the knowledge to make that decision. So that's the whole hull of the flyer. This looks like a nacelle, nicely wrapped, very phallic looking. Yeah, caused a lot of damage this. It is okay, it's well done. The main areas are very well done and very smooth. I should stop stroking it. But yeah, there's a bit of slippage there, but that's on the underside and that's easily remedied. Nothing on the other side, so there you go. Let's have a look at the other nacelle, and then we've just got the undercarriage to have a little look at. Same issue here. Unfortunately, it's bled onto the blocks there though. But the top, very nice and smooth. Perfect on the top. Very nice, lovely. And then finally, don't get anything else. It was checked by the Invisible Man. So that begs the question: was it checked? Who knows? What did Forge World have to do? How many people did they have to kill to get this model ready for consumption today? Because there were over 20 boxes, and well, 3 months ago, it's possible to do it in 3 months, but 3 months ago it was just an image on a screen. So maybe it was finished back then, but here we go. So these fancy looking chairs right near the front of the craft must be first class. And here you have lots of options for your massage settings, and you can even call a little servitor butler to bring you a nice refreshing drink. You can change the light settings according to your mood, all kinds of things. Very cushy in here. If the Emperor wills it. And there you go, there's your universal socket. So you can ram a stand up it, and it will take this. I mean, that's quite heavy anyway. Oh, sorry, yeah, first class is that way. So yeah, I mean, just that is quite heavy. I mean, yeah, it's not Thunderhawk heavy, is it? But still, I'll be surprised when I build it and put it on that stand. Because I'm only going to glue the stand onto that with plastic glue, so God help it. Okay, so that is my unboxing and first look at the Legio Custodes Orion Assault Dropship. Yours for £275. I'm going to try and get this ready as quickly as possible. I doubt it's going to be for Warhammer Wednesday. It'll probably be sometime next weekend, but do check back on the channel. I will say Leaky Cheese also got one, so definitely go and check out his channel and his video. Definitely worth it to get another perspective. And that's all I really got to say about it. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.